today. It's the National Football League. It's the AFC Wild Card Round on EA Sports.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. To begin the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing Jones. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Malik Harrison gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Jones. That one complete to Joe Reed. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Not wasting time, going right back to DK Metcalf. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. That's into the hands of Edwards. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Bryan Edwards, 37 yards. And the Broncos will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. A nice little juke. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game of the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means
touchdown! Quez Watkins, 61 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. No problem there on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So the Broncos coming out now. And, you know, listen, there's two ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it, or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You've got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday, as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 match, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. To throw again on second down. Jones under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trayvon Walker came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Jones to throw on third down. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Taken from just outside the 30. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now. Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
On second down, it's Taylor. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They run once more with Taylor. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 45 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle. He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right.
Touchdown, Bengals! Quez Watkins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off usually after about 3 to 4 steps and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And some room to work. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. Back to Walker on first down. And he'll get it inside the 35. Malik Harrison on the tackle. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Jones. Over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now Jones throwing on first down. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's got a Bengals first down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there for Cincinnati. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On the handoff, Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 72 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Bengals have recovered it.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And able to get this to the 31.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. Touchdown! Quez Watkins saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Edwards. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got...
And that is caught. Yeah, touchdown, Denver. DK Metcalf from 6 yards away. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. He's got this downfield to McBride. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Now Fields. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. He'll get it inside the 20. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 14. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Fields. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamison Williams as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. This one goes underneath to Walker. And he will have a Broncos first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bengal offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 98 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Again, it's Taylor. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just look.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, That's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Malik Harrison picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Play action. It's Fields. And his throw here's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 27. 127 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. On third down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Fields on first down. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Back to throw, Fields. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Trey McBride, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Edmonds, he's just going to sit on this one, and that'll be a touchback. Denver's offense ready to go again. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think
there he goes, right side. 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are able to at least get one score back. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Fields now to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamison Williams There to make the grab. And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line. As he's dropped at the 23. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, and he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, quick hitter here, it's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Jones on 3rd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Malik Harrison getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Averaging 50 yards of boot so far as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down.
He's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll run here with Taylor. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Taylor is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the 31, Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trayvon Walker able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. He'll look to set up his blockers. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
On play action, Fields. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just got to give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
He'll buy some time right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Justin Fields taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bengals continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Edmonds, he's just going to sit on this one, and that'll be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Jones on first down. Open man here is Conklin. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold or did they rough the quarterback? So a mistake there, Charles, from the rookie pass rusher.
And oftentimes when you make the jump from college to the NFL, you have to adjust to the rules. But in this case, the rule's no different than in college.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Ken Walker taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Off play action, Fields. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for Cincinnati. 4 yards. Pretty good yards after the... because the receiver's coming across his line of vision.
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? The quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. To throw is Fields toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end. And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest, but now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly, but they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Out to his left. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Edmonds, he's just going to sit on this one, and that'll be a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. And they get Jones for the third time in this ball game. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. But my goodness, CD, I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
He'll get it inside the 20. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold-up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Edmonds, he's just going to sit on this one, and that'll be a touchback. Denver's offense now set to go. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days. Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Operating from the gun, Jones inside the 20, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
It's complete. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Looking to throw. Jones. And this one complete to Reed. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right?